There are only two ways out of Basgiath War College: graduate or die. And on day one, 20-year-old Violet Sorrengale has to cross a narrow stone bridge hundreds of feet above the ground, with no railing, while the person behind her is actively trying to push her off. Welcome to Dragon Rider School. Nobody is safe. This is Fourthwing by Rebecca Yarros, the book that broke BookTok. Here's the world. The Kingdom of Navarre is protected by an elite force of dragon riders, soldiers who bond with dragons and receive extraordinary powers. These riders are trained at Basgiath War College, a brutal military academy where the rules are simple: survive long enough to bond with a dragon, or be incinerated by one. Violet Sorrengale was never supposed to be here. She spent her entire life training to become a scribe, a scholar, a historian. She's small. She has a chronic condition that makes her body fragile. Her joints dislocate, her bones break easier than most. She was built for libraries, not battlefields. But her mother, General Lilith Sorrengale, one of the most powerful women in Navarre, has other plans. On conscription day, she forces Violet out of the scribe quadrant and into the riders quadrant. No exceptions, no protection, no mercy. And the very first test is the parapet. A narrow stone bridge with a lethal drop on both sides. Cadets cross it single file. Some are pushed, some fall. And anyone who doesn't make it across doesn't make it at all. Violet survives. Barely. And that's just the first day. Now, let's talk about Xaden Rierson. He's a third-year cadet, the wing leader of the Fourthwing. He is powerful, ruthless, and he has every reason in the world to want Violet dead. Because Violet's mother, General Sorrengale, led the campaign that crushed a rebellion 6 years ago. A rebellion led by Xaden's father. Violet's brother Brennan died in that uprising. Xaden's father was executed, and every child of the rebels, including Xaden, was forced into Basgiath as punishment. So when Violet shows up, Xaden doesn't see a fragile girl trying to survive. He sees the general's daughter. He sees the enemy's blood. He moves Violet's squad directly under his command, not to protect her, but to keep her close, where he can watch her. And from that moment, the tension between them is electric. Enemies to lovers doesn't even begin to cover what these two become. But before any of that matters, Violet has to survive threshing. This is the day when dragons choose their riders. Not the other way around. Dragons don't bond to weak humans, they burn them. And with fewer dragons willing to bond than cadets in the class, some students will walk into that field and never walk out. Violet is the smallest, the most fragile. Everyone assumes she'll be ash by sundown. What happens instead is something nobody in the history of Basgiath expected. The dragon that chooses her, the kind of dragon that chooses her, changes every assumption about who Violet Sorrengale is. The girl built for libraries walks off that field as something else entirely. And then, Violet starts discovering things about the war, about the borders, about what the kingdom has been hiding from its own riders for centuries. There is a threat out there that no one at Basgiath is allowed to talk about. And the deeper Violet digs, the more she realizes that the people she's supposed to trust are the ones who've been lying the longest. And Xaden, the man she's supposed to hate, might be the only person telling her the truth. The tension between them builds until it snaps. The conspiracy gets bigger. The war gets closer. And the ending of this book the ending changes everything. Not just for Violet, for the entire world Yaros built. If you want to find out what happens, the full audiobook is free to listen to. The link is right there in the episode description. This is Fourthwing by Rebecca Yaros, and the dragons are just the beginning.